So over the years, lots of versions of Thunderbirds have come out all over the world.
Well, Thunderbirds is something of a victim of its own success when it comes to home media formats, because it's very often the first Anderson series to come out on any home media format. And sometimes in the rush to get it out the door, it goes out looking less than great. Thunderbirds kind of occupies this odd territory where every previous release has never been quite right.
One of the great frustrations for fans in the UK has been that the HD version of Thunderbirds available on physical media was cropped to fit a modern 16:9 screen. But if we're going to do a 4K restoration, we need to go back to the 35mm negs. We wanted to do it the best possible way and with the best possible team.
The idea with the new 4K remastering is to be as faithful to the original as possible. So there was no idea to remove wires or cables. Every shot is as per original. There's nothing been replaced.
Last time a level of grain reduction was applied to the image. This time the grain has been left completely original and intact. Also, the titles were semi-recreated last time, but this time the titles are absolutely as they were originally. We also had this time to go through additional elements held by ITV that we didn't get to look at last time, which for example gave us an earlier generation version of the countdown for the main titles, and also a complete take of Thunderbird 1 special effects of it taking off the shot used within the titles that we used for the end of the countdown.
The quality is very good. The original negative looks wonderful. The uniforms and the submarine, and they just pop. It's fantastic. From the HDR, we made the Dolby Vision from the graded pictures. It makes the blacks look like a pot of ink. It's got that silky black to it where SDR I don't think has. And when they're highlights, they really do stand out and look tremendous. And even the richness in colour just spills out. It just looks like a new film.
The previous Blu-ray release, as well as being cropped, had altered sound effects. It was kind of tweaked.
We have the choice of the original mono, which has been cleaned up quite a bit, and also a newly created 5.1 mix. This is not the 5.1 mix that was initially created for the DVDs back in 2000, which famously featured some rather, let's say, anachronistic sound effects. That's not the case here anymore. It's the full 5.1 experience, but with the original sound effects.
The mono track, which we found was from an optical print track. So these were transferred, cleaned up, and a new 5.1 was made, but exactly the same soundscape as the mono mix.
It's quite astonishing actually when you think about the visual journey Thunderbirds has gone on, from tiny black and white television screens in the 60s to now where we're looking at it in pristine 4K restored from that original film material. It's quite a nice thing that a show that is 60 years old has had its little kind of steps in evolution.
Thunderbirds, crucially, is movies for television. It's a series of mini movies that aren't quite aware that they're not going to be shown on cinema screens. So I think that was one of the appeals of the series, certainly for me as a kid, was that sense of spectacle, and it's still there today in these new scans. It really just takes all that to the next level. The house that's over the cliff door that Thunderbird 2 comes out of, you can see the furniture and the fittings inside, which have never been quite visible before.
They didn't need to go to that ridiculous level of detail for standard definition TV in the 60s, and yet they did, and now we're showing it off and showing off their amazing work. A 4K restoration like this is very expensive, and we are sort of dipping our toes in the water of 4K, if you will. I really hope that people will get behind it and will enjoy it and will see the big leap forward and kind of get back into Thunderbirds on physical media. And if it's successful enough, then I would absolutely love to do the rest of the series.